Okay, to continue, because we were interrupted, I am going to leave this open, and I want to get this conversation started. I want it within our party. I want the independents who left the party because the party left them. I want this conversation to take place. It's not enough to write on Facebook. We have to get on the phone. We have to write letters to our Congress and Senate representatives. I want to ask you what you have done lately to get involved, because the reason why we have a government this size is because we've kept our eye off the ball, and it's been going on for, I think, 3 generations. So here's the deal. One, you need to, let's just do something simple this week. Let's contact our representatives about John Boehner losing his speakership in January. There's a simple little task. I have a link below this clip. You can just look at it, and there's also a letter, a block letter that I wrote, and with the help of somebody else, and there's a great little video so you can get all pumped up to do the work. It takes about maybe half an hour, and it's an inconvenience, but we need to start small in baby steps. I think if we could just get rid of Boehner for his renewal in January, so that he does not become speaker. He is not speaking for you, people, GOP voters. He is not doing the work on your behalf. He is pretty much the equivalent of someone who is getting raped and saying, okay, just do me. Okay? That's what's going on with Boehner. Do you want somebody like that representing you? Because I admire Nancy Pelosi so much more for admiring her base. John Boehner hates us. He talks badly about the people. And let's remember, Tea Party is just regular, ordinary, everyday Americans. There is no mob. There is no mafia. Like our group was called the mafia for reasons that are similar to the reasons why the Tea Party has been referred to as a mob, or, racist or whatever. There's always a little bit of something in every side. God knows the Democrats have, good Lord, they have so many crazy people over there. And I'm just saying, Democrats, God bless you. I don't want to have a discussion with you. This is not about you. It's not about Republicans versus Democrats, okay? So butt out of our conversations. God bless you, and just butt out, okay? This message is for the members of the family of the Republican Party and the independents who left the party because the party left them. We need to have like an access of understanding of what it is we want, and then we have to have definitions of certain things, like what does conservative mean, and just have all the opinions. All the branches are the different opinions, but the access is the not just the root, but like that tree trunk. And that's what everything else revolves around. We need to agree on a few things, 1 or 2. And I have so much to say. I just wish I had more time to say it. I think I could go on forever about certain things, but can we just agree on small government? Let's just start there. And anyone who is not for small government, we should not support. And anyone who is supporting someone who is not supporting small government, we should call them out. And you need to do that with your representatives. And I want you to get on the phone and call your representative, or call, the phone that is listed below. And I want you to tell them you don't want Boehner. That's to start with. Next, Ann Coulter, butt out. Ann, I love you. You're brilliant, but you are not helping anybody. You are only helping. Here's the thing. Your recent comments were inflammatory. And when comments are inflammatory, you call it. I keep getting interrupted because there's a pressure cleaning going on in the house, so please excuse the last interruption. It's about Ann Coulter and her recent inflammatory comments about Latinos being lazy and all that. And again, this is not your place. First of all, I'm Hispanic, and I would prefer someone who has lived through experiences to talk about those experiences, and second, as a person who would like to see the Republican Party find reform, although I agree with some of the points you made about immigration and all these things, you're not the right messenger, so just butt out. That's it for Ann. The other thing I wanted to say is to the party who is pushing immigration reform, it's not going to work. Immigration reform is code for amnesty. You want to be stupid enough to be out there pushing for quote unquote immigration reform. We know what it is. Don't beat around the bush. Oh, Bush. Speaking of Bush, let's talk about Mr. Bush, who 2 days after the election was already having people speak on his behalf about immigration reform, and we understand there's a book coming out, so it doesn't seem to matter what we think, does it? Where have you been all this time helping Hispanics get into it? Like Ted Cruz? What about, I know you love Marco Rubio, Mr. Jeb Bush. Mr. Jeb Bush, you have been using my senator, Marco Rubio, who I admired a lot, to do your dirty work for you. So I would suggest to Marco, tell Jeb you're your own man. And if he runs for president, that's fine. But if he runs for president, and you just finished saying the other day, I think it was in an Iowa article where you were over there, you said that if he ran, that you wouldn't. Really? Are you? I thought you were your own person. Stop doing Jeb Bush's dirty work for him. I'll tell you why. You have enough talent, you have enough charisma, you have enough going for you. And you had the Tea Party confidence in you, and you betrayed the trust. You betrayed the voters. And now I'm going to go full circle. Everyone deserves a second chance. I'm not here to trash anyone's reputation. I'm not here to make any headlines. I don't want any of that. I don't want notoriety. But somebody has to speak up, and I don't hear it from anyone. So here's the combination. I have the Hispanic background to be able to address some of the issues that I've been addressing. Voters don't vote. Hispanic voters don't vote on immigration. Not one person that I talked to in 2 days did not vote for Romney because they didn't even mention immigration. It's a myth that needs to be dispelled, and the GOP keeps pushing this because they're competing with the Democrats, and they're never going to win. GOP, you're second class in Washington, okay? And you're acting like people who do the dirty work and go out and get the message out the wrong way so that the Democrats, can criticize us and everything. I'm embarrassed of my party. I don't like what the party is pushing right now. And again, I'm not here to trash anyone. I am here to raise awareness on what is going on in the party and to just remind everyone that everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody should have an answer to our concerns, okay? Our representatives need to answer to us, not to the other side, and that's what they're doing. They're answering to the other side, and we're being squeezed out, okay? We're being stifled. Our voice is stifled, and I wanted to say something else. I just wanted to thank the Lord for this country, and I wanted to thank my parents for the sacrifices that they made so that I could be free. We always expected to go back to Cuba, and we never did. And the last thing I wanted to say is, Marco Rubio, you came from that place, and you're using that to push your candidacy for whatever. And I'm going to take issue with these things because it's not to trash you. It's because you're using something that tugs at people's hearts, the story of freedom and coming from another country, and you're not sacrificing right now. You have not sacrificed because you're not answering to the voters who have demonstrated concern. You're not respecting the voters. And I say this because I care, not because I want to see you down. You need to come clean. Everyone has a second chance in life. I repeat that. They should have a second chance, because I am a forgiving person, but I am not a forgetful person. So I want you to come clean. I want you to admit your wrongdoing. And I want you to come clean. I don't want you to be part of the political class that keeps betraying the voters by being voted on for a message such as the Tea Party message. If you're prayerful, I mean, you floored me at the RNC convention speech, with that speech. You floored me. It was wonderful. And I just wanted to tell you that you're going to get a bigger supporter than anybody if you come clean. Just do it for the sake of the memory of all the people that sacrificed, including your parents. I don't think your parents would be proud of you right now. Not if they knew everything you're doing to get there. You don't need to get there. I've said this consistently. You do not need anybody to get to where you need to be. Just do it the clean way. It may be harder, but you don't need all these little nefarious connections, and God knows how much money you're getting from God knows where. I don't even want to know. So that's that. Please sacrifice like the rest of us are sacrificing, and don't parade yourself around like everything is hunky-dory, fine, happy, and people are stupid or too stupid to understand what's going on. We know what's going on, all right? So just come clean, and don't betray the voters, and